cool how life works out sometimes, right? I mean, like 4 years ago, I didn't even know the world of yachting existed. And here I am, completely immersed in it. And I live and work on a private motor yacht. That's crazy to me. I feel like I've really begun to get the hang of things. I really found my rhythm, and life is good. I'm the kind of person who looked up online jobs that help you travel or allow you to travel, and I never once came across yachting. I'm so grateful I finally found it. Yachting has helped me grow as a person, expanded my horizons, and I've learned so much. I've met so many people, I've seen so many other cultures and other nationalities, and it's been a whirlwind. Overall, I love it. But there are so many things that could have been helpful for me to know before I got into yachting. Things that could have really helped me adjust or acclimate. These things I learned through my experience and time on boats over the last 3 years. And so if you're considering yachting, I want to give you a few pointers that you might want to consider before getting into the industry. So here are a few things I wish I knew before starting yachting. First and foremost, when I got into yachting, I didn't understand what it would mean to be a part of a crew. So let me break it down for you. Imagine living with your coworkers. Now imagine working with your family. It could be sticky, right? To live and work on a yacht is like its own ecosystem. It's like you're an ant farm. We're all in our own little bubble in the world, working together, eating together, sleeping, traveling, socializing. And it can be a really beautiful family-like situation, or it could be quite toxic. So one thing I really wish I knew when I got started was that I didn't have to stay in the unhealthy, toxic situations, but I could have found a program that I was a better suit for, and then for me. There's so many opportunities out there. Next, I want to emphasize that yachting may not be as glamorous as certain shows or social media posts may make it seem. Now, this is not something I personally fell subject to. I had not seen anything about yachting until I was on a boat myself. However, this does make the top of our list because it's a very common misconception that there's going to be a lot more travel and fun and partying in yachting than there actually is. Yes, these are perks of the job, traveling and experiencing, but at the expense of long days and hard work. Ooh, I'm glad I saw you. My next piece of advice is have a goal bigger than your daily duties. Now, what do I mean by that? Some tasks are going to seem redundant, like how I'm washing away these black streaks on this boat. They just seem to keep coming back. Earlier in my career, I would feel frustrated when I felt like something was so redundant and so mundane. It was hard for me to stay motivated when I found something just kind of stupid or pointless. But looking back, I needed to reframe my mentality. I needed to have a bigger goal. Not to look at these things like silly jobs, but look at them as job security. Because boats are high maintenance and these tasks will always come back, which may just keep you employed. Also, I had to learn to look at the bigger picture. I'm not working on deck just to do these indefinitely. These jobs are teaching me how to take care of a vessel, learn the vessel, and move up in my career. These are stepping stones. It started raining, well, sprinkling at first, and then picked up to a rain, and then like a really heavy rain. Frankly, I was already drenched with sweat from the day, and it's not even noon. So if anything, it just made me feel a little bit more clean. It's looking a lot better out there, but there are these two massive black streaks. We keep having this reoccurring problem. I think it's just due to the pollution in the air, and it's been raining a lot, so these streaks are coming back very prominently. Something we can't handle, but it's just annoying because it looks bad. See? I got the entryway on the starboard side of the boat because this is the side that the dock is on. Because this vessel is for sale, I am doing the presentation stuff first. And now we're at the stern and she's looking pretty nasty. I love working on deck. I love working outside and doing the sweaty jobs and the dirty jobs. So one thing I wish I knew when I started out was that I should have stayed firm in going into the department that I wanted. I wanted to work on deck, but I was flexible and did some stew work or deck stew work, but ultimately I would have been happiest if I started full-time on deck because that was always my goal. To elaborate on that a bit more, is say working on deck or working exterior is more of the route to take if you want to make a lifelong career out of this. I've known from the start that I want to earn my captain's license and take these courses, and this I've been doing throughout my career to enhance my resume and my knowledge. So yes, I've been taking courses, yes, I've been progressing, but had I started full-time on deck, I feel like I would be a lot further than where I am right now. It is 12:25 and I am going to cool down. I'm gonna eat. Gosh, it's toasty out there. I don't really want to go to the big boat today for lunch, so I'm just gonna make myself a wrap. And Cap and I went to the grocery store, provisioned. I got my own little drawer of stuff here. I think I'll feel a lot better after just taking it easy for a minute. One of the things that I wish I was more prepared for when entering yachting, like with a proper chef cooking for the crew and everything, I think I had a bit of a scarcity mindset when it came to, I don't know, food, I guess. I'd never eaten so well. I've never been exposed to so many incredible foods and tons of snacks and candies and like candies from all over the world, and everything is so accessible and so at your fingertips. And one thing I wish I had known before getting into yachting is it really would have been beneficial for me to come in with the mindset that I don't have to finish my plate when I serve myself. It's easy to overindulge, and I definitely overindulged when I first got into yachting. When I first got on a boat that had a really good chef on it, and I would just eat such great amounts of food because I've never experienced this food before, and that ended up being very unhealthy for me. It took me probably about like a year to really realize I need to find my own routine when it comes to food and healthy eating choices. I need to not have things just because everyone else is having them. So I wish I worked on overcoming my food FOMO more quickly and had better self-control when it came to meals and snacking. Also, it's very important to have a life outside of yachting, outside of what I call the boat bubble. I think it's important to have friends that you don't work with, to have hobbies that your mates aren't included in, and to remain an individual and don't wrap your whole life around the boat and crew that you're associated with. I think that can become very suffocating, and it's just much healthier to have your own dynamic away from everybody you live with, work with, travel with, sleep with, eat with. It's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give. I am about to go to the beach. Take the motorcycle down the road and just have a little bit of me time before I go have some friend time later, because that's balance. There's work life, social life, and then me time. Can't stress that enough. Alright, thank you guys for checking out this video, and I guess I should put pants on.
She said I won't be back in a while, don't wait. Already packed her bags, called the cab, made space. And she said I won't answer if you call me when you're lonely. I guess I let her go, never mind, it's too late. But I can't believe I let